Hey guys, welcome back. Uh, we
Honey.
are here, Psychic Shari YouTube Channel. Another good show for you. No mini reads tonight. Um, we've cleared out our queue of mini reads and looking for other people. We've got one coming up in about a week or so, and we'll have that for you. But today we're gonna have a topic we want to discuss, and we invite everybody to participate in it. So today's topic is going to be how you can protect yourself from harmful spirits in your everyday life. Um, we're going to delve into Sherry's mailbag a little bit. I have four people that are looking for reads and a question that she'll ask. Do a little bit of alphabet messages. As always, Sherry will provide some spiritual advice to every one of you watching the show today, either live or pre recorded. It works either way. And then for any live viewer that wants a reading, just post that in the comment section, in the chat, and Sherry will get to you as soon as we can. And we promise we'll get to everybody that wants to chat today. I don't think we're going to have 500 people on the show, so
I
I
don't
think
either.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Sherry, how's it going? Good day today.
Good. Do what? I couldn't hear you. What did you say?
You have a good day today.
I did. It was tiring. Some days I'm just more tired than others.
Yeah,
Um,
for me, the fall allergies are worse than the spring allergies. I can just feel it right in here, and
yeah,
just like drowsy and like ugh, you know.
I know. And I've been taking oh Flonase and allergy medicine, and I'm going to quit taking it because it makes me so tired. I'd rather just
Really?
with the allergies.
Yeah, yeah. Because I wake up tired.
I
Sleep
do
all night,
too.
sleep good. And I wake up tired, and it's mostly it's right in the head. But anyway, uh, thank you, Mr. Man Smith. Welcome to the show. Um,
I
he had a dream the other night. A man was telling him to hold on to his lottery ticket. He kept telling me, repeating it to me to make sure I was holding on to my lottery ticket. Does this mean anything? Sounds like he
well,
needs to play the lottery.
yeah, and hold on to your ticket.
No
Um,
kidding.
yeah, sometimes it could be symbolism um,
Yeah.
for hold on, try to protect what's yours. Because if somebody does have a winning lottery ticket, they're always scared somebody might. You don't want to tell everybody till you get to the lottery office. Um,
True. True.
let's see if Spirit has anything they want to tap in on this. Um, let's see what they're saying. Thank you. One thing that they're saying is take a chance on any opportunity that comes your way. They're saying take the chance, whether you think it's going to pan out or not. And that's kind of the lottery. You're taking a chance. But again, I would like to look at it like it's a two-sided message. And I really would um, I would buy a lottery ticket because never know. Somebody's got to win.
Yeah, well, that's true. The dreams can tell you a lot of things, and they can be pretty cryptic. You know,
Oh, yeah.
dreams can be a symbol of something. You know,
And
You-
so many times with dreams, pay attention to how you felt in the dream. Were you scared that somebody was going to take it? Or were you excited that, yay, I've got a winning lottery ticket? That's going to give you a big clue on what's coming through your subconscious. So,
oh yeah, that's true.
mhm.
The lottery ticket could be a symbol of like something that is important to him.
Right.
Maybe something financial that's important to him. Don't let
Hmm.
go. I don't know. I'm not a psychic, but
Right.
all right. Well, I hope that helped. So let's get into to our topic for today.
Okay.
Um, it's about how we can protect ourselves from bad spirits. And we invite everybody online to participate as well. If you have a question or comment about the topic, please post a comment in the chat section. Love to get a nice dialogue going with this. Sherry, I know you perform a little bit of a ritual every time you do your readings just to protect yourself from
Hmm.
bad spirits that come in. But the average person, they can manage to pick up some of these bad spirits too. Without doing readings, they can pick these things up.
Oh
So,
yeah.
what are some of the ways that people can pick up some of these bad
Well,
spirits attachments?
of course, there are negative entities that can attach, but there's also other things that you don't want to attach to you too. These can be negative thought forms. They can be all kinds of different. To put it in a nutshell, if it's not yours, you really don't want it in your energetic field. And of course, there are um, tricksters that want to come in and latch on, and there's the negative spirits. Just like when we did the show on the Zach Baggin, when I went there. So they can be really tricky and you won't even know that you have them.
Yeah.
But getting back to your question, there's a lot of ways. First of all, let's use an antique store. Everything holds energy. So if you go into an antique store, you're getting everybody's energy that owned all that stuff and then gave it to the antique store. So you might just be going there shopping and pick up something. One way that you can kind of protect yourself, first of all, envision you're inside of a disco ball where the mirrors are facing outward and you're kind of sealed in there. A lot of people like to envision there's a ball of light around them or a cylinder of light. That helps. A lot of people might pray and just pray to their God or angels or their helpers to come in and kind of put an invisible barrier around. A lot of it has to do with your intention too. If you think you're sealed, that's going to help. You can do it in any way that you want. And if you do forget to do things like that, there's always, I wear this every day. This is a black tourmaline. I don't know if you can see it there.
Hmm.
You can get these really cheap on Amazon or anywhere. And then I always like to sage them, cleanse them. But this keeps negative energies away. This right here is a selenite stick. Before I do my readings, I always kind of like to just go like that. And I kind of go around me with it, just like it's an eraser, kind of erasing anything that's in my energetic field.
So what it was it again?
A selenite.
Selenite.
I think it's SELENITE. I'm not quite for sure on the spelling.
Okay.
Um, but I don't work with a lot of crystals. I only do that. And then I always hold that when I do my readings. That's a quartz. But I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do. And of course, there's a lot of essential oils. And again, I'm not really big in a lot of the essential oils. I do put some like on my third eye, maybe before I do readings. People can do that. And of course, sage. Now, of course, you're not going to walk into an antique store and start sage in the place, but here's some sage. This is for when you get home, if you feel funny. And again, you've got to pay attention to your emotions. Our emotions are really wonderful, even the negative ones, because they're showing us what's going on. And so if you feel funny when um, a lot of people don't like to be in concerts or crowds either,
Yeah.
because especially little empaths or people who are highly intuitive, they'll start picking up on the thought forms of everybody.
Hmm.
And people, were you going to say something, Mike?
Well, I was just going to say, welcome to Marie. Her nickname is Celentine.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Amethyst, that's
interesting.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah. What a
Uh,
coincidence, huh?
yeah. Yeah, that really is. Well, nothing's a coincidence.
Right.
What was I going to say now? You know me, it doesn't take much to get me sidebarred. Uh, huh. I don't even know what I was saying.
Okay. Um, so you were talking about crystals. Now, we've gone to one of those psychic fairs. Um, they sell crystals everywhere. Is like every crystal, is it the same as the other? What
No,
I mean, what?
they all have different modalities or different things that you're kind of supposed to use them for.
Uh,
Some people, like I said, I don't really know a whole lot about crystals because I just don't work with that many crystals. Like I said, I work with this and the selenite, and that's about it. Um,
okay. You sage too, right?
yeah, sage. And if you buy something at like a a Goodwill or even a yard sale, even even when I buy something, not groceries and stuff, but a piece of furniture, I kind of like to sage it, sage it because this sounds funny, but like the people who put it together, let's say you buy a chair. Let's say the person who put the chair together was in a really bad mood and hated everybody. That energy will go into that chair. So, I like to sage things. I know what I was going to say when I got sidetracked. When people are out in the grocery store, they think that not everybody, but a lot of people will think that they have to have a conversation with somebody in order for them to, get into their aura or something. And that's not true. I always give this you could be standing in line at the grocery, and the person behind you could be suicidal. You won't even have a conversation with that person. You could leave, and then you'll start to feel sad, and then instantly your mental body will go back through all your memory, like, oh well, no wonder you're sad because he said this or she said that, and you'll think it's your emotions, but it's really the person behind you
Hmm.
that you didn't even talk to. So it just depends on how big your aura is. And another thing, if you're in crowds, you can pull your aura in, and your aura is that energetic field that's around you. And people who are really charismatic, their aura can go really, really far out. And people who are introverts, boom, theirs is really close to them. And you can move yours with your thoughts and your intention because
Really?
it's your aura. So
Mhm.
if you say, "Oh, I'm in a crowd," or "I don't like what I'm seeing," boom, just make in your mind envision it's coming right up on you. Um, so those are some of the ways that um, people can kind of clear their energetic field. And this is thought forms. This can be entities. Another way um, is raise your vibration. If it's a negative entity, it's not going to want to be around somebody who's happy go lucky or singing or really grateful. So think of things you're grateful for, and or think of things that make you happy and smile. That and music will raise your vibration too. If you love music and you love to dance, you know how you get it, that raises your vibration. So if something's really dark and negative, it's not going to want to be around somebody like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Really interesting.
yeah.
Thank you, Marie. We're glad you're here. Why don't we go ahead and give Marie her reading here? Wondering about a question on kids. She's 33 years old this year, and in October, just wondering how many kids you see her having uh, by giving birth in her life.
Okay. First thing that came up, I was almost teetering on two, then it went to three, two, then it went to three. So you could have two very quickly and then a third one, or it could be twins, but I do see three.
Mm, okay. Um, Girls or boys? Any thoughts?
Um,
Have
uh,
you?
okay, let's see what we've got going on here. First thing that came up felt like maybe two boys and one girl.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, I hope that helps. Do you have anything for Maria? Any kind of a general reading for her?
Yeah, let's get in a little bit further. The first thing that came up is I'm seeing the word fear written above your head. And sometimes, not sometimes, but we always attract what we're fearful of. And when we get down into your energetic field, your spirit team is telling me that you're putting you want it, you want it, you want it, you want these children. How am I going to get it? How am I going to get it? It's almost as if there's a part of you that is what's putting this fear around you, and that's what can block some of the energy flow. Um, your spirit team says kind of just let it be and let things happen spontaneously in the way that they're going to, because they're showing me a lot of this um, is already written. Of course, we can always change our life. We're going by the projected timeline right now, what we see the most probable. And this is what we see for you are the three children. We see two coming in and then a third one. Um, Again, everything that any psychic tells you can be changed, because on this earth we have free will. So, but that is what's coming up, is try not to be so fearful of, oh, am I going to have children, and looking at your watch, oh, time's a ticking, and when am I going to meet somebody, or when am I going to have children? They're just saying kind of when you almost surrender to it, that's when the energy can flow. So
Yeah, yeah. Relationship with Philip. Um, I seem to remember talking about this person for her.
it's funny when she
Really?
says, now we broke up, he is a difficult person. First thing, when she asked me about Philip, they showed me her with the black eye. Doesn't mean he beat you up, but it could mean he beat you up. But I'm picking up on he didn't treat you well, and that relationship was off kilter. When they show me relationships, they show me a teeter totter, and I like for it to be like this. But if I see a teeter totter like that, then that means somebody's giving more in the relationship than the other person, and that would have been you, Maria. And your spirit team wants you to ask yourself, why is it that you feel like you're not good enough, and that you feel like you have to give more in a relationship for somebody to like you or to love you? It doesn't always feel like you do this, not only in love relationships, but you might have done this throughout your timeline with friends. Even they show me it kind of started way back in when you were younger, in 12, 13 years old at that age. So
Okay.
work on building your self-esteem. And the more you do that, then your energy will go out where, hey, look at me, I am worthy. You will attract people who will treat you like that. So I hope that helped, Maria.
Yeah. Abortion in 2020. Could that be one of those kids?
It could be. Um, but sometimes they can come back. I have seen where children cross over, and then the soul does seem to come back and reincarnate. Could be that. Could be that one.
Okay. All right. Getting back to our topic at hand, protecting. Now, we do have um, a spirit angel, a protector guide. We had talked about that a little bit last week. You know, you did a training session on your protector.
Right.
How do we get in contact with our protector and make sure that that entity is around us whenever there's any negative spirits?
You just call on them. You don't
That's
even
all you
really have.
do, huh?
Well, I mean, you want to. The name of the game would be to sit down in meditation and get to know them. and build just like you would a regular person. You want to become their friend. You want to get to know them. Well, how are you going to do that? You got to spend time with them. So sit down, do meditations. Like you said, Bobby, we had our last training video, how you can connect with your protector. And once you do that, like I said, everybody, when you incarnate on this earth, everyone has a protector. They come with you and they are with you your entire life. So even if you didn't know your protector, you could say, I call on my protector, show me a sign you're here, or please clear my field. But I would suggest that you try to build a relationship with your protector, and through meditation, and have them give you signs or tell them what you want to see. And that way, when you really need them, then you'll know that they're there, even though they're always there, but
Yeah.
it'll give you more comfort knowing. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And it sounds like you did have a very difficult relationship. Um, and we appreciate you coming to the channel here.
yeah. Thank you, Maria.
Jasmine would like a reading. Can you feel
Okay.
anything coming up for her, Jasmine?
All right.
111?
Yeah, let's see what we've got going on here just a bit. One thing that Jasmine's spirit team is telling me to tell her is, we see you kind of going along almost like you're getting tripped up. They don't want you to get discouraged, because you might have something in the works that you're working on, and it might not be going exactly as smoothly as what you think. Um, because we do see where there might be a couple of bumps in the road for you, but they're saying that's okay. Even if it kind of knocks you off your feet, you can get back up. And just when that happens, that is your spirit team or your higher self saying, hey, let's take a step back. Let's rethink this through. And you might come up with a better solution, or um, a better outcome, or an easier path to go. Thank you. An easier path to go. So that's what's coming up for you, Jasmine. And they're just saying, just keep going. If you want something bad enough, nothing can stop you. But they're just saying, don't get discouraged.
Okay. All right. Back and forth between the topic and
Yeah.
the comments.
That throws me off. I'll be like, what topic are we talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah. I know. Now you do a lot of readings. You do a lot of um, protecting yourself from these guides. Could you just walk the listeners through what
Yeah.
it is you do?
Uh-huh. I do this before I do readings. I may have 4 or 5 reads in a day, but I do it at the beginning of my readings, and of course, I'll close my psychic door afterwards. But this is something that everyone can do, even if you don't do psychic readings. Um, it would be a good practice to do every day. So what I do is I envision that out of my bottom of my feet are like roots of a tree, and it goes down into the center of Mother Earth, wraps around a ball of fire in the middle of Mother Earth. And I'm using my childlike imagination in doing this. That's the recycling center. So now I'm grounded, I'm locked in. So then I envision I'm standing inside of a tornado. This tornado is going counterclockwise. So if I'm standing on top of a great big clock and it's going backwards, that's the way you want this tornado to go. And this tornado is magnetic. So anything I throw to it, it'll stick to it. So then, if you're not familiar with chakras, you might want to look it up. Chakras, CHA. I'm out of my,
KRA.
yeah, Bobby. Yeah. You can go and you can say, I release anything in all my chakras that don't belong, that don't serve me to my highest good. Blow it out into this tornado. Or you could go through each one. You could go, in my throat chakra, blow out what doesn't serve me to my highest good. And I always envision it's like a little ball of mud, shooting out at front, the back, everywhere. So you go through your aura, or I'm sorry, your chakras. Then you go to your physical body. You can do it all at once and say, I release anything in my physical body that doesn't serve me to my highest good. That can be your thought forms, or it can be other people's. Blow it out. Or if your back hurts, you can focus on your back and say, I release anything in my back. Boom, blow it out. Then I go to the emotional body. Especially if you've been crying or sad or depressed. Even if you're not, I always like to cleanse it, but that will help with the emotions. So I always envision the emotional body is kind of right outside, like an inch above my physical body. I release anything in my emotional body that doesn't serve me, blow it out. Then above that's the mental body. That could be like if you're a worrywart, always worrying about stuff or anxious. That will help with that. Blow it out to the tornado. And then I do the aura. And again, the aura is that great big circle all the way around you. I release anything out of my aura that doesn't serve me, blow it out. Then I drop that tornado down my feet to the recycling center. Then whenever you try to move energy, you have to replace it with something else. Otherwise, it will go back to default. So I always envision that I'm like at the gas station, and I put the nozzle in the top of my head, and the other end goes up to God or source. And then I'll say,
Lead free, I assume.
huh?
Lead free, I assume.
Yeah. And then so I'll say, fill me up with, love, joy, peace, happiness, abundance of money, abundance of friends, whatever you want. And envision with your imagination that you're getting filled up with either a white light or golden light, fills your body and your aura. And when you think you're full, it's your energy. So when you think you're full, you're full. Pull it out of the top of your head, hand it to God and say thank you. And then I always like to put like an eggshell all the way around me, little hard eggshell that seals all my energy in and everybody else is out. But with an eggshell, they can be broken. So this is why you want to do it every day. A lot of people will want to, like I said, oh, you can go into the grocery store or something and put yourself inside of a disco ball. Well, you're sealing everybody else's energy in too when you're doing that. So this way, if you cleansed it every day like that, and of course, like I say, you can get tears in your aura. You could do it in the morning or at night. That way, a lot of people find when they do that every day, they sleep better. Their thought forms, they seem to be more in the now than worrying about the past or the future. And again, I always give this story. I'll never forget this. I was driving down the highway and I changed lanes and I look in my rear view and this lady behind me is giving me the finger and cussing me out. So she's throwing the negative thoughts like little darts in my aura. So I could be skipping and singing, having a good day, and then maybe a couple of hours later, I might get really mad or angry for no reason because it's her energy. But then when I feel it, my mental body my analytical mind is going to say, hey, you're mad because of this. And then I'll think it's mine. So you see how you can have so many people's thought forms, and it doesn't always have to be negative. They can be positive. People can think, oh my God, I love her. She's great. She's super. And then you get too many of them and then you get a big ego or something.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure it's just you in your field.
So that protects you from negative entities and spirits and things like that. What if you go to like an antique mall? Somebody brought this up a couple of weeks ago. You go to an antique mall, you bring something home, and there's an attachment to it.
Hmm.
And now it jumps on you or your
Yeah.
family. How do you
Hmm.
get rid of that? It's in there now. What do you do?
Yeah. These what I have told you guys are the basics. Now, there are some things that are going to take a little bit more doing. And it depends upon what is coming in, what kind of an entity, what, some can be really, really negative. Some people might have to call in a medium or a priest and try to cross this soul over or exercise it. So some can be really negative, um, but for the majority of people, that's not going to happen.
Can you
Uh,
just sage stuff and it'll go away?
I could hear Irene say, we would like to think that. For the most part, yes. But like I said, when we get to some of these things that are more uh, demonic, I guess, or have a little bit more, uh, I guess, I don't want to say more power, but they can be more powerful, really. And again, they can be sneaky too.
Yeah.
And so when they latch onto you, you might not know it, but then the more they're there, the more powerful it becomes. Then it can even start to affect other people in your home.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, energy is, like I said, this is just to get rid of, I don't want to say the basic clearings, but kind of the basic clearings.
Okay.
Um, Now, when I do my readings, because I don't know what I'm getting into from people that call me from all over the world for reads, but I call in God and uh, Jesus. I mean, I have a lot of big hitters, and I know I'm secure.
Mhm.
So nothing's going to come into me through there when I'm doing readings.
Okay. All right.
But I mean, the more your light is on, the more you're doing readings, the more you're out there, that you're like a beacon of light, that they're going to want to come.
Yeah.
They don't want to attach to somebody who's already negative. They've already got them on their side, so to speak. They're
Yeah.
going to go more for the light.
Yeah,
So
I mean, we've been talking about negative entities, negative spirits and things. There are positive spirits out there. Maybe they're not happy spirits, maybe they're confused, but they're just not negative. But
right.
they can attach themselves to you as well as the negative. Can't
Mhm.
How can you tell the difference between
Well,
negative and a, non-negative or positive?
well, a lot of times you're going to pick more up on the negative one because of by your moods and the way you're acting. Are you acting differently than what you normally do? That's your first cue.
Yeah,
Um, and the positive ones, you might not know that you have it. Um, Gosh,
true.
something I know that was from spirit, because whenever it comes through, it's not my memory, and then I can't remember it. About the spirits attaching. It'll come back to me in a minute.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I know we had talked with Debbie, our sister, a couple of weeks ago. There, all of the spirit entities that were in our house growing up. Most of those were not negative. They weren't. Well, I think they were screwing with us, so they're probably having a good time.
yeah.
But we noticed them.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. This is what I was going to say. And this too, you know how you said, and these might not be evil entities. Let's say somebody likes to drink a lot of alcohol. They die. They don't want to cross over. They'll attach to somebody who drinks a lot just because they kind of want to try to get that feeling back.
Yeah,
Or somebody who was addicted to drugs, and some of it could be really negative too, murderers and things like that, but they'll navigate to what they vibrate with too.
yeah,
That's why we're saying If it's really super negative, you're going to know your emotions, and people around you are going to say, "What's wrong with you?" Like, other people are probably going to notice it more quicker than you would.
Okay. Interesting.
Hmm.
All right. Anything more on that topic of protecting oneself?
Um, well, I used like the tornado, but you can make a game of this. You can really use your imagination. I've done this for so many years. I kind of get sick of the tornado method. Sometimes I like to envision I'm in an elevator and that the walls are magnetic, and here's all the buttons. All right, boom, I'm going to press grounding. Instantly my feet feel like they have magnets on them. Boom. And then just thinking about it almost makes you grounded.
Yeah.
Then you can press each button. Ooh, I'm going to clear my heart chakra, my throat. Just press it and make a game of it. You can
Hmm.
even have the colors of the chakras on the buttons. You can make this as easy or as hard as you want. And that's a way too. And then you just hit the release, it all goes in. And then you hit the door, you're open. Here, the door opens and you're done. So you can do it however works for you. It doesn't have to be the way that I said.
Yeah.
That's just a way, give people some ideas of what they can do. But
Okay.
the main thing is your intention, and just do all you can do. And then if these all of these things that we talked about, and there's many more, don't work, you can always call in helpers. There are people that come in and, like we said, remove entities from homes.
Yeah. Hmm.
I get so many calls from people that want me to come to their home, and because they have ghosts, or which a lot of them are negative in the home, which I don't do that. I can tell in a reading what's going on, but I won't go into the home. But I do have a friend that will, and she goes in and does that and tries to clear these entities over. So
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
Hmm.
So, all right. I think I do it for our topic right now. Let's get into Sherry's mailbag. This is
Okay.
where Sherry will answer questions from people that email her through her Gmail email address or through any of the social platforms.
Hmm.
You can also request a reading from Sherry through emails, and I do have 4 of those today.
Okay.
Um, so we want to start off with Barbara J. What do you see for her?
Oh, the first thing that came up, Mother Mary stepped in for her. She is bringing her motherly love that she didn't get as a child, or didn't feel like she got enough motherly love. Um, Feels like they're just showing me she's crying so many tears she could sink a battleship. They want me to tell you that you're not alone. You have a lot of loved ones on the other side, and Mother Mary is a big hitter. You don't have to be Catholic or anything to have Mother Mary come in. And I love when Mother Mary's energy comes in, makes me cry. I feel such like I feel like somebody loves me. Um, and the more you work with her and ask her, you can ask her 100 times a day and she'll come in. The more you do that, the more you'll feel it. So
Hmm.
that is the message for you, Barbara, is hang in there, and you have a lot of support.
Okay. Well, I hope that helped her.
Mhm.
Next up, we have Pat G. I don't know if that's a Patrick or Patricia, but
Okay.
Pat.
One thing that instantly came up, they're showing me dice, and they're throwing the dice and they're saying, take a gamble. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Nothing worse than regrets. We've talked about this before on the show. That's what's coming up. When doors of opportunity open, they don't stay open for long. and they're saying there's going to be doors of opportunity that are coming in for you. That feels like three, boom, 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 that's going to come in. But they're saying you can't fiddle faddle around or you'll talk yourself out of it, and then that door will close. So they're saying take a gamble. If it doesn't pan out, oh well, something will. So that's the message.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next we have Frank G. Frank.
Okay. It's funny, we get into his energy. Boy, he's a thinker. They kind of showed me him split right down the middle. 50% of him wants to do one thing, and this is a big decision. It feels like that's coming through. And another 50% of him wants to do the other, and he's torn, doesn't know what to do. His spirit team is saying to him, when in doubt, do nothing. So he's saying pause, and what they're saying is that eventually, thank you, it will wiggle its way out. They show me like a splinter in his finger. You don't have to do anything. Sometimes they just come out on their own. That's what he's saying. You won't have to make the decision. It feels like this big decision is going to be made for you. So they said, have patience and just wait. You still have time to wait, is what they're saying.
Hmm. Okay. And finally, we have Emily T. Emily.
One thing, the first thing that came up for Emily is they're showing me that you got too many things going on here. You're trying to juggle too many balls up in the air, and I see you dropping some. And they're saying pick and choose wisely on the task that you want to do first, and then almost complete that, and then work on something else, because you're multitasking. Although you're good at it, but you're multitasking too much, and then nobody can just continue at the rate that you're going. So they're saying pick and choose the most important, figure that out, and then go to the next, because otherwise we do see you kind of dropping the ball on some things.
Hmm. Okay. All right. Those are the four. I do have one question.
Okay.
Um, this is a loaded question.
Uh-huh.
What's it like when you get to heaven?
Yeah, that is a loaded question. That could be
I
a
know a
whole
lot of
nother.
people want to know, I guess, especially, as you get older, you think about these things.
And it's funny too, because people will say, oh, heaven or hell. I don't believe in hell. I only believe the other side. Um, it's different for everybody. I would say, to not make this into a full blown hour conversation,
Yeah.
is it's what you expect. If you think when you get to the other side, or heaven, that it's going to be lined with gold and pearly gates and angels singing, that's what you're going to be met with. If you're worried, like, oh, I don't know if I belong here, maybe you'll be sitting in timeout for a little bit. But I think it's tailor made for every individual. I
Mm,
do know this. No one, when I said timeout, I was almost kidding. We do reflect, but no one is ever left alone. There are always people that come to greet you. And I get so many people too that are worried they'll have loved ones who kill themselves. And they're like, oh no, they're burning in a fiery hell. No, no one is left alone on the other side. Everyone is greeted with love and compassion and understanding. So I hope that helps. There's a lot more involved. I don't know every single thing, but that's part of what I
yeah.
I believe to be true.
That could be a whole show, you know?
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, good. That's all I had.
Okay.
Uh, I think we've got all of our readings for people that requested are up to date. How
Mhm.
about we move into some alphabet messages?
Okay.
We'll get to that point. So I'm going to do some alphabet messages. Sherry's going to provide a spiritual message to everyone, either listening to the show right now or through a pre-recorded version of it. Everyone watching the show needs to select a letter, either a letter A, B, or C. Don't think about it. Just whatever immediately popped into your head. Because if you thought about it for just a split second, that's coming from your mind and not from spirit. So it needs to be whatever immediately popped into your head when you are asked to select a letter. Okay, so now that you have your letter, Sherry's going to provide a spirit message and guidance for you based upon that letter. Sherry, you ready?
I am. Okay. All right. So those of you who picked A, Spirit says, allow others to talk. So many times, and I am guilty of this too, and I know a lot of you out there are, when you're in a conversation with somebody and they're talking, I'll be thinking of my response of what I'm going to say. And Spirit is saying, let's try something different. Try to catch yourself when you do that. Allow the person to talk and finish talking. That way you'll be totally in the moment. And then you can take your time, you can take a second or two, and then come back with your response. Because it might be different when you really hear somebody than if you're kind of overthinking as they're talking. So that's for A if you chose A. B, what came through is they said, believe in miracles. Anything is possible, but you have to really believe it. You just can't throw something out to the universe and think, oh, I want to, and then throw an emotion with it like it's happened. The third step is you really have to believe that either you deserve it or it's going to happen. Miracles do happen. People get cured of cancer. And we all know there's so many types of different miracles. So that's what's coming in for you, because they really want you to have hope. Don't lose hope, because sometimes if you can't come up with a solution to a problem, I can assure you there is a solution to that problem. You just haven't thought of it yet. And those can be miracles too. All right. For those of you who picked C, they're saying carve out 30 minutes every day for you. Whether you sit in silence, whether you watch a funny movie, go for a walk, take a nap, read a book, do whatever strikes your fancy. But make sure that you carve out time for yourself, because you might feel like you're always giving to other people. And if you are, you're going to run out of steam. And you can only do that for so long. You have to fill back up. And this is what comes in for those of you who picked the letter C. It's time to fill you back up. You can only give what you got. So make sure you take care of you first, and then the others can stand in line. So those are the alphabet messages. I hope they were helpful. And there's Bobby back.
Yeah. All right.
Did you pick?
I forgot to pick one this time.
Dang it.
I've got all these different things I'm doing here, and I'm waiting for it to like pop right into my head instead of me thinking about it. But as I'm reading it, I'm kind of hoping something would pop up, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It didn't this
Oh,
time. So yeah, I'll make an effort next time. Um, right after I do my spiel, and right before you start to talk, maybe that was the time. So Spirit, give me my letter right then.
and this is fun, and we've talked about this. Even people that are listening right now, they pick a letter and it might resonate with them. They might run across the show 6 months from now, pick a totally different letter, and they'll be like, wow, that makes sense. Or I needed that right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. That's crazy how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we addressed all the comments here in the chat. We've got our topic, your mailbag, your messages. I think we're done.
Okay.
Thanks everybody for tuning in for today. Thanks to our guests who put comments out there, Maria, Jasmine, Man.
Yeah. Thank you,
uh,
everybody. I appreciate
as
it.
always, if you have a topic you'd like for us to discuss or a question for Sherry to answer, put that down in the comments section. We'll try to make that happen. Maybe even talk about it next week.
Yeah.
And if you'd like to book a private reading with Sherry, just go to psychicshari.com, click on the schedule now button. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel here, as well as click on the little bell icon so that you'll be notified whenever there's a new video posted. And I think that will do it.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, everybody. And we will talk to you again next Wednesday at 6 o'clock.
Okay. Bye,
Take
everybody. Thanks for
care.
coming on.